Hi friends, welcome to the Inspire Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Today is Friday, April the 4th, 2023. Welcome. This is a podcast about my knitting adventures, and sometimes there's crochet and spinning in there as well. So yeah, I would first like to start off by welcoming any new viewers who are tuning in for the very first time. Welcome. I know there are a few new ones, so hi, thank you. And for my returning viewers, welcome back. So yeah, today I have some finished objects and some works in progress. It's not a whole lot. I feel like the past little while I still love my knitting. I'm still knitting every day, but it just seems like I haven't been doing it a lot. I've been getting out a lot more since the nicer weather is here, so I feel like my knitting production has gone down a little bit. But yeah, I didn't want to put off another week because I did last week, so it is what it is. I still got some stuff to share with you guys, so I hope you enjoy. Grab a nice hot beverage. I got my Timmy's coffee here, homemade, but still, it's Timmy's coffee. And I got my knitting here to share with you, so let's get started. I'm gonna first start off by saying, I always say this, but if you're new, I always put detailed show notes in the description box below. I will link you directly to all the patterns that I talk about today. Not to my Ravelry project pages, because let's be honest, I'm not that detailed about it. I kind of just keep my Ravelry for my own personal way to look back and see what I've done, and the yarn, stuff like that. But my show notes, or sorry, my project pages on Ravelry aren't that detailed, so I just link you directly to the patterns. That way you can find them more easy. So yeah. Coffee. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with is what I'm wearing. So I went through my knits and I pulled out this shawl because this is one of my favorite shawls ever, and I think that I want to make another one. This is the Free Your Fade by Andrea Mowry, and it is like an asymmetrical shawl. And I don't remember if it's a one skein type shawl, but I used a mini skein set. I'm just going to take it off so you can see it better. I used a one skein, a mini skein set from Barnyard Knits. It was in her succulent mini set, and I think that she brings it out every spring. I'm not 100% sure of this, but I had treated myself a couple years ago to this set, and I absolutely love it. The colors are just so amazing. So yeah, it's a pretty simple shawl. It's got these beautiful eyelets, and I love the border. It's like a picot edging. I love asymmetrical shawls, and it's just so light, and it's the perfect everything. I just love this one. So now that it's getting warmer outside, this is my go-to shawl. It's bright, it's beautiful, and it gives you just that right amount of warmth that you need for the spring. So I absolutely love it. Free Your Fade, Andrea Mowry. She also has Find Your Fade, which is a slightly bigger shawl, so that one's nice too. But like I said, I think I would love to knit another one of these, even just in a solid color. I think it would be beautiful. So that's what I'm wearing today. And today, Gertrude is wearing just a t-shirt that I picked up from my local yarn store, the Pearl & J here in Kingston, Ontario. And I saw the t-shirt and I just had to grab one to put it on Gertie, because you got to support local, and the Pearl & J is an amazing yarn store. So if you're ever in the area, and go check them out. I just absolutely love them. They have an amazing selection of yarns, and once a month I believe they do a select dyer of the month. So Yeah, it's a very beautiful store. And if you're local, they also have knit group on Tuesdays from 2 to 4 p.m., Wednesdays from 6 to 8, if I'm correct. And then on Thursdays, it's 2 to 4 as well in the afternoon. So it's really amazing. There seems to be a great group of ladies. I've only gone to knit group once, and I was there again last week while knit group was going on. So yeah, it's a great group. So do go check it out if you're ever in the Kingston area. So yeah, that's what Gertie's wearing. So now I'm gonna start off with finished objects. So I have a couple small things that I was working on. Sarah Shira of Imagine Landscapes, I talk about her a lot. I knit all of her gnomes. She does the Grimble Wood collection. So the Grimble Wood collection came out last summer, I believe. It was part of a Jimmy Beans wool collaboration that she did. So you could order the whole collection, or you could do it month by month, and you would get the pattern of the month plus the yarn and a few little goodies shipped to you from Jimmy Beans wool. So I never took part in that collection, but in January, Sarah released the patterns to the general public that were part of that collection. So I believe there is 6 patterns in total. So there is 4 gnomes, a house, and a toadstool. So I purchased the collection, and so you just get the patterns, you're not getting the yarn for them. But I purchased the collection, and I believe there's 2 more to be released, or perhaps they've all been released now. I've fallen behind on it. So I want to say that this guy here was part of the collection, but he might not have been. This one right here, can't remember, but I ended up, I think he was. So I knit that one, and then the second one in the collection that got released was Nola. So I knit her up, and I just pull out 20 gram minis from my my basket. And this is Nola, and she's my favorite one out of the whole collection. I love her stripy hat, her beard, and the best part about her is the pockets. Like, that is just too freaking cute. I love it. I loves her. So yeah, I knit her up. Most of the yarn in this is the Northern Pearl. So the hat is Northern Pearl. I believe the gold was Northern Pearl. The white is. And the gray is Ancient Arts Socknado. And I cannot remember the colorway, but I might have put it on my Ravelry. That is just a beautiful speckled gray. So that's my Nola, and I love her. She's perfect. So I did her. She was really easy to do. Let's see if I can put her up here without knocking everything over. Okay, so I did her, and then I did the toadstool, because the toadstool was the one I was waiting for, most excited about in the whole collection. So I knit that one up as well. So the yarn that's on the bottom here is Lichen and Lace. I don't know what the colorway name is, because it was a mini skein set that I had purchased from her, and they were not labeled, so I'm not sure what the colorway is. And then the top is leftovers that I had of Cascade Wave. So yeah, that one's really cool too. So I did those 2 very fun patterns. I love the way that Sarah writes her patterns. They're just so freaking cute, and I love them. And I'm gonna have a whole collection of gnomes. I need a bigger shelf. But yeah, definitely go check it out. And I saw the other day on Instagram that there's going to be a volume 2 of Grimblewoods, and it looks really interesting. So I believe that it's going to be another collaboration with Jimmy Beans wool. So you would get the yarn with the patterns again. So do check it out. It does look interesting. I probably won't be doing that part. It's just the shipping, because Jimmy Bean's wool is in the States, so it is a bit expensive, but I will probably wait until next year when the patterns get released to the general public. But I definitely think it's fun, and if you love gnomes, you definitely have to check out Sarah's patterns, because they're very well written, and if there's something in the pattern that seems a bit tricky that you're not sure of, she usually does a tutorial video on her YouTube for that technique. So it's really amazing. I really love her. So Nola and the Mushroom Toadstool, it's part of the Grimblewoods collection, which you can find over on Ravelry. You can purchase the whole collection, or you can just purchase the patterns individually as well. So that's pretty awesome. But if you buy the whole collection, it's obviously a little bit cheaper. I think I might have got it on promo, but I think I only paid $20 for the whole collection, or $22 Canadian, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is a new cast on. So if you know me, I love Andrea Mowry. She is if I was stuck on a desert, she would be my designer of choice. I absolutely love her. Her designs, everything about her is amazing. I love her. So I've knit a lot of her stuff, and when I saw that she was taking a short break, I was so sad. But she released, I think it would have been 2 weeks ago, she released a new pattern, and it's the DRK Everyday Cowl. So automatically I had to cast on. I cast it on with my friend Agel, and we've both finished now. So here is my completed cowl. It is so lovely. So what this uses is DK weight yarn. So if you were doing the DK version, you would need excuse me, I got hiccups. You would need 2 skeins. So there's different sizes. There's a child size. There's 4 different sizes in the pattern, but I know there's a child size. There's an adult small and an adult large, but I think there's another size in there as well. But I did the adult large, so I think if you do the adult small to the adult large, you would need 2 skeins of DK. For me, I ended up fingering with, it's like a alpaca, Surrey alpaca. So that's what I did for mine. And of course, being the good podcaster that I am, I forgot to bring the bag that has the tags in it. But I ended up using Songbird fibers, and I did put this all in my Ravelry page. So I used Songbird fibers for my fingering weight, and then I picked up a skein of Estelle Whisper. So it's like a Surrey alpaca. So it's got alpaca and silk. It's very beautiful yarn. So I held the 2 double, so I still have a good portion of my fingering weight. So if you wanted to hold fingering with a mohair, I only used 1 skein of fingering, and I didn't use the whole thing. There's still a good portion of it left. And same goes for the Surrey. I bought a skein that had 400 yards in it, the Estelle Whisper, and there's still a good chunk of it as well. So if you're going that route, you would only need 1 of each. And yeah, it worked up beautifully. Only complaint, it fits me a little bit small. Like the neck, it's like an I-cord bind off, which gives it a beautiful finish. I did do the adult large. I don't gauge swatch. I know, yell at me. I did not do that, but it's just a little bit tight around my neck, and I don't like, it does fit, but I don't like anything too confining. So this is gonna probably be gifted to somebody because it's gorgeous. I love it, but I don't know, I'm feeling confined when I wear it. So No complaints. I absolutely love the knit. It was a very relaxing knit, and it's got this this sewn, you knit it flat, so you're working it back and forth, and then you sew up the back here. It's a very beautiful finish, and Andrea has a tutorial how she did it. It's like a Kitchener, not a Kitchener. Oh my goodness, words today. It's like a mattress stitch that you do to seam it up, and it gives you this faux seam. It's a very beautiful finish. But yeah, I absolutely love this cowl. It's so perfect. Very fun and fast project. I am going to cast on another one. This time I think I want to use a worsted weight yarn just to make it a little bit bigger. I would do the adult large again, but just to make it a little bit bigger, because I don't know why it fits small on me. I think I will actually measure the gauge to see how close I got to gauge, but I don't know. Maybe the only reason it's confining is the I-cord. Maybe I should have gone up a needle size when I did my bind off. Maybe it wouldn't have been so tight. I'm not sure yet, but it is beautiful. I highly recommend the pattern. Andrea's patterns are amazing, and I've seen quite a few finished projects, and they look beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm so sad that I probably won't wear it, but oh well, Gertie can wear it. But that's my DRK Everyday Cowl, Andrea Mallory. Go check it out. And if you go over to my Ravelry, I know that I put the colorway name for this yarn in there. I wish I had it, because the Songbird Fibers yarn was so pretty. You can see the hints of color coming through there. It's so beautiful. But anyways, the Surrey silk was a chocolate brown, and it did kind of dull the color a bit, but I love the subtleness of it. And I find that it's not that scratchy. I haven't worked with Surrey before, so I wasn't sure. And I actually like the feel of it. I haven't been able to wear this much around my neck to actually tell, but it doesn't seem as scratchy as mohair does to me. So, yeah, I'll have to see. Maybe when I knit my next one, I will hold some Surrey in it again, because I would really love to see how it affects my skin, because I'm pretty sensitive around my neck area when it comes to stuff like that. But anyways, there's my cowl. Great knit, super fun and fast to do. Loved it. So yeah. All right. So the next finished object I have to share with you is a half finished object. It's a hoe. So I finished a sock. And yes, I did bring the tag for this one, I hope. So this sock here is the Simply Ribbed square heel version from this Handmade Life. So if you watched the last podcast, my brown socks, they're also the Simply Ribbed socks, but it has like a short row heel on them. I can't remember what they were called, but I will link these ones down below. This Handmade Life, she'd come out with a collection of rib socks, and I find them so intriguing and interesting. I have found lately that my go-to vanilla sock is ribbed. I just enjoy the process of it. It seems very relaxing to me, and it seems rib socks fit you better than vanilla socks, because I feel that they stay up better. If you wear vanilla socks, like just plain knit socks, they tend to stretch out and they want to fall, where the ribbed, they kind of last a little bit longer while you're wearing them, and they keep their shape better. So what I found intriguing about the pattern is that the ribbing comes down into the heel. So it's also on the bottom of the heel, and it comes right down into the toe as well. And I really found that to be intriguing, because I have heard that if you have ribbing on the heel and on the bottom of the heel, it tends to last longer than if you had just done plain knit. They wear out faster. So having that ribbed they tend to last you a little bit longer. So I found that pretty interesting. So I want to try them. Sorry, I want to try that out. So I thoroughly enjoyed knitting these. You can kind of see how the heel is set up. So you don't have to add in yarn or nothing. You just knit your leg. And then for this one, I enjoyed this one better than my brown sock. I like the square heel better. I think it looks a little bit more appealing to the eye. And once I figured out how to do it, it's one of those patterns that I feel I would not have to look back upon to do. So my go-to method for heels is a heel flap and gusset, and I don't even have to look at a pattern anymore. I can just do it. If this fits well, because I have yet to try it, if this fits well, then this might be my new go-to heel, because technically I don't time things, but I think that it is a little bit faster than a heel flap and gusset. I don't really like short row heels because they don't really fit well, and I kind of don't like the look of them. But this heel here, I think it might actually work. And yeah, it's super fast, and I wouldn't even have to look to know how to do it now. So pretty interesting. I like that. There's two sizes. There's a 64 stitch count and a 72 stitch count sock per pattern. So go check them out. They're pretty interesting. If you don't like rib, well, maybe you wouldn't like it, but I'm enjoying rib socks and I really love it. So I didn't bring them with me today because I only got the leg done on the second sock, but my brown socks that I shared with you last time, they are the Simply Rib socks, but they got, like I said, they got like a short row type heel on them. I showed them and I had finished them quick for the podcast, and I just did a regular stocking, like stockinette type toe. I had to rip the toe back out and do it because the toe is also ribbed as well, just like this one. I don't know if anybody caught that, but yeah, Angel had sent me a picture of her socks, and I was like, well, that's not what my socks look like. And then I realized my mistake of what I did. I was just wanted to get the toe finished for the podcast, so I just did what I normally do. I just knit them, but the ribbing actually comes up into the toe as well, which is not hard to do at all. It's actually, it gives it a very beautiful finish. So that's what I did. I'm gonna share the second one with you because I did cast it on. So if you're wondering why I decided to cast these on and not finish my brown ones, I misplaced the second ball of yarn for my brown socks. I presumed that I had a second ball of it, and I did not. So, yeah, they would have been done for this podcast, but I did not have them. I didn't have a second ball of yarn because the Santa's Garden yarn that I'm using for the brown socks is only a 50-gram ball, so one ball knits one sock, because I choose to do longer legs on them. So I got the yarn now, so I got the leg done on it. I'm about to start the heel, but I didn't bother bringing it with me. So that's why I casted on a new pair of socks. And I had picked up this yarn at Yarnit in Coburg a couple weeks ago. We went down for a little visit to see the new store. And I picked out this ball of opal. And of course, the tag is not in this bag. Of course it's not. Oh well. It is Opal Yarns. Pretty sure I put it on my Ravelry, and hopefully next podcast I will actually have the tag to tell you what the colorway is. It's actually just a color number, but it's just these beautiful rainbow colors. And Kathy has a lot of Opal Regia yarns, and this one just stood out to me. It's springtime. I like the bright colors. So this one works up in like a striped. I just love it. So this is the second sock. I'm at the point now where I would start the heel. So hopefully I will have these done. I'm pretty sure I will because I've been enjoying the colors so much. And the opal yarn, it has a little bit of roughness to it. So if you're familiar with Patton's Croy, I would say it's similar to that. It's a real workhorse type yarn, but it's still got a softness to it that's very enjoyable to knit with. So I've been knitting on this one a lot. And just to note, it's not very important, but they have the option to do a 1x1 rib cuff before starting into the pattern. So I didn't do that on my brown socks. I just did the regular rib, but for this one I decided to do the 1x1 just to give it a little difference. Not a huge deal. It's just one of those detailed things that if you would prefer it. So Simply Rib socks, this Handmade Life, I will have it posted below. These ones are the square heel, and she's got, like I said, a short row type heel one. She's got the Homebody socks, which are actually DK weight socks. And yeah, she's got a lot of amazing patterns. She doesn't just have sock patterns either. I believe she has shawl patterns as well, and she's a very amazing designer, so go check her out. And looking in this bag here, I realized, because I've been shifting my yarn bags around a bit, I have the yarn for my everyday cowl in here. Not the tags, of course, but this is what I have left over. And that's a fair amount. I'll have to weigh it out, but here's the Songbird Fibers yarn. Isn't it pretty? It's just so pretty. I love it. Very fall colors, but that's what I like. So yeah, there is that. So I'm just gonna put these away before I lose something. All right, let's see what we have next here. So I have been working on my March Mystery socks. The March Mystery, oh look, I found the tag for the opal. It's the opal, it's in German, so I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, but it's their 4-ply sock weight yarn. And I will just turn it around so you can see the colorway. Right here. There we go. There you go. So that was the opal one. So back to this one, March Mystery. I got a skein of Agel's March Mystery, the Northern Pearl, and you get one skein of a mystery colorway for the month, and you got a few extra little goodies. So I got the March one, and I am so excited about it. I think I shared it with you guys on the last podcast. The color was Shamrockin' March 2023. The Northern Pearl. Oops. So I had decided that I wanted to do a vanilla sock. Just plain knitting, no ribbing. I haven't done one of those in a long time. And I cast it on with a 64 stitch, 2mm needles, and I got down to my heel decreases and it was way too big. My gauge is just loosey-goosey. So I took it all back out and still using my 2mm, but I cast it on a 56 stitch sock and it's working out a lot better. So I worked on this one quite a bit yesterday. So I got the leg done on it. I just did a 2x2 ribbing, plain vanilla, slip stitch, heel flap and gusset. And now I'm down into the foot. I am pretty sure I can start the toe now. I'm not sure. I might do another stripe sequence and measure. I have to put it on my sock ruler to figure it out. But yeah, this is the first sock. Thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, stripes with speckles is just amazing. I freaking love it. Just love it. So this is the March Mystery, enjoying that so much. And part of the little package that we received, it came with these cute little shamrock stitch markers, which I use to divide my foot stitches for my instep stitches. Love it. So really enjoying those. That's what I was working on this morning as well. I was hoping to have at least one finished, but it didn't happen, and that's whatever. It's whatever. So that's my second pair of socks that I've been working on. And I have one more thing that I've been actively working on, and it's my pressed flowers shawl by Amy Christoffers, I believe. So I have it in my JoJo bag by Jody. So this one here, I will show you the yarns first. I am using some leftovers from my stash. So the pressed flower shawl is a DK weight shawl. It uses 2 skeins of a main color and 1 skein of a contrast. So for me, my contrast color is Midnight Cravings in their Comfort Sport, which is like a DK. And this one is in the colorway Mary. Beautiful pinky mauve colors. And then my main color, I'm just using some Cascade 220, which is technically not a DK, it is a worsted, but it's working. It's gonna make my shawl a little bit bigger, but I like bigger rather than small, so I'm okay with it. So this here, I believe, is in the wheat colorway. Very, very beautiful, and I believe my camera's picking it up, but it is a heathered colorway. Beautiful. So beautiful. So I haven't got a ton of progress on this, but I believe since the last podcast, I at least got two more repeats done on it. So here it is. Oh, it's just going to be so beautiful. It is a very easy to follow pattern. It is charted, so if you haven't worked with charts before, it might be a little difficult for you, but I'm not a chart person. I prefer written instructions, but if you've done color work, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I find it very easy to follow. It's one of those patterns that after you get the first repeat done, you kind of you could follow your knitting without even looking at the chart. It's that simple. So this is not color work. This is actually mosaic knitting. So you're only ever working with one color at once, which is my kind of knitting. I don't really like stranded color work. It's not no, I don't like it. But mosaic is really fun because, like I said, you're only working with the one color going across. So really love it. I think it's going to be gorgeous. Cannot wait to actually see how it fits and wears. It'll be exciting. So I'm knitting this one as part of a knit along that my local yarn shop, the Pearl and J, is hosting. So cast on, I believe, was March 1st, something like that. And then we can show up on May 3rd, sometime in May. It's early May. It's like I believe it's like the 3rd or something like that. You can head over to the Pearl and J's Instagram or their website, I believe, and you can find the correct information. But you can show up with your completed shawl and you get to show it off, and even if you're not finished, you can bring your works in progress. I did that for the love note and it was just so much fun. So I didn't really want to cast on another shawl right now because I have other stuff on the go, but like I said, I just had so much fun with the love note that I wanted to do it for the pressed flowers shawl as well. And I'm glad I did, because I've been seeing the pressed flowers shawl for a while, and it is a very fun knit. So I'm glad that I decided to take part in it. So yeah, that's pretty much all the knitting that I have. Like I said, I'm still working on the other pair of socks, but I didn't feel that it was worth bringing here today. So yeah, I did a bit of crochet on my little dragon, but I haven't finished her yet. So I just have her, I believe I just have her wings left to do, and then I can finish seaming her together. Oh, and the spikes for her tail, that's what I have to do. So once I'm done her, she is crocheted, I will show her. And then, yeah, no spinning still. Haven't gotten around to that either. Really want to. I want to do all the things, but there's just not enough time in the day to do them. So, yeah, I'm really hoping. The weather has been pretty mild. We've had plus 13 days this past week. The only problem is that we've had rain with those days as well. So you can't really take your knitting outside yet and enjoy. And the sunny days that we have had, it's like plus 10, but it's pretty windy. And even though it's nice and mild and sunny, the wind just cuts right through me and I get too cold too fast. So I haven't really been able to sit outside and enjoy my knitting. So I'm really looking forward to that. So it seems that we have all double digits coming up soon. So hopefully I'll be able to do that, because that is my most favorite thing in the world, just sitting outside with my knitting. I love it. If you watch this podcast for a while, you know that I'm a sun goddess. So yeah, I hope you guys have been doing well. I hope the weather's been nice where you are, and I hope you've gotten lots of crafting done. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. Life's been pretty good. Like I said, not a ton of knitting done, just been out doing stuff, out visiting family and that. So that's nice. Easter's coming up this weekend. So we're gonna go spend time with some family and have Easter dinner. We're not doing a traditional Easter dinner. We're doing a taco bar, and we all love tacos. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be so good. So we're gonna do that on Sunday. So yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope you have an amazing Easter for those who celebrate. And yeah, I hope you get lots of knitting done. So until next time, enjoy, take care, happy knitting. Bye.